Alright, so we're just going to start with a couple of bridging variations. So I just want everyone to make sure, first off, that we're laying on a nice padded mat, just as a little bit more protected for our back that way. Legs are bent up, feet hip distance apart. Let's just take a nice deep breath in through our nose, and as you exhale, I just want you to roll your hips towards you. So we flatten our lower back into the mat and just start to peel from the tailbone up until we get into a bridge. We're going to hold at the top and take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we want to feel like that we pull really long through the hips, so we stretch out through our spine. Our tailbone will touch the floor and we take that nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to peel back up. Now I want you to feel like we have all of our energy coming out through our knees and we're really nice and grounded down with our heels into the mat. So what this does, it really gets through the glutes and backs of the legs to work, which is exactly what we want. And then breathing out to come back down. We're just going to do one more like this to warm up. So inhale and exhale. Bridging up. Now we're going to hold this one up here. I just want you to drop your right hip just slightly and now push down through your right heel, squeeze your right glute and press up. So we press the left hip down now and now we squeeze and lift. So I just want you to alternate from side to side, and one thing that is really important with this exercise, you don't just want to go through the motions. I want you to make sure that you're really grounding down with the heel and you're squeezing through the glutes and the backs of the thighs to press the legs up. So if you're thinking this isn't too challenging, I want you to remember that this is a warm-up and nothing with me is ever easy. So we might just do one more to either side. And last one. Coming through center and then bridging all the way down. We're going to come into another variation, so the hands just come onto the top of the thighs. Exhale, we're going to bridge all the way up. And I just want you to flatten out where your wrist and hand just meets the thighs. Just sink the hips down slightly so the fingers will just come a little closer to the knees. And now we push through the heels, we squeeze our glutes and we press up. So we lower slightly and we exhale to press up. So inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. We're going to do about 10 of these. I'm going to say this is number 5, so we're going to do 5 more. And press up and 4. And 3, again really grounding down with those heels, squeeze through the glutes as much as you can. And last one. Beautiful. Just bridging all the way down, and the hands are going to come back alongside the body and keep the feet where they are. You're just going to lift the left leg to tabletop and just cross it over the right. In the studio we call this lady leg. I don't actually know if it has a proper term, but anyway. Exactly the same bridge as we start off with, so we inhale. Exhale, roll the hips towards you and start to peel up. Really squeeze the inner thighs and it will sort of feel like you're on a cruise ship here. There's a bit of motion, so we inhale. And exhale, we want to focus on smoothly coming down and really feeling like that we're grounded down with that right heel and squeezing through the right glute. So it's exactly the same breathing. We exhale up, we inhale, and we breathe out to come all the way down. And I think we might do 4, so we'll just do 2 more. Breathing out to peel up. We inhale and exhale, and we're going to hold the next one up. So exhale, bridging up, make sure, just look up and just make sure that your hips are really nice and square. You don't want to drop them, so just feel like that we're constantly pressing them up towards the ceiling. And now without dropping them, just take the left leg to tabletop. As you exhale, just press the left leg out so the thighs are somewhat in line, and we inhale to return. So as you exhale and push, we want to make sure that we're not sort of dropping with the hips, so we want to keep them pressed up as much as we can. Good. And up. And last one. And now from here, keeping the legs straight, lift it up to the ceiling. I want you to flex the foot and just lower the legs so the thighs are in line. And we point to lift. So we flex to lower, and point to lift 2 more, and flex, and point, and last one. Flex, and point. Keeping the leg up, we're just going to tap our bottom down, and squeeze and lift. And we tap, and squeeze and lift 2 more, and tap, and lift, last one, and tap, and lift. We re-lady leg, and we bridge all the way down. I felt that. Uncross, just set the left leg down now. We're going to do exactly the same thing on that side. So we lift the right leg up, lady leg it over. We inhale and we exhale as we bridge up. You'll probably find, I know I do when I do this exercise, it feels completely different from one side to the other. Again, it's exactly the same breath pattern, so we exhale as we bridge up, keeping the hips nice and square, we inhale, and we breathe out to come all the way down. Again, inhale, and exhale. And again, we want to make sure, I didn't actually mention this before, but keeping your belly really nice and connected is important with this, so feeling like that we scoop and we pull out our belly muscles down towards our spine. So we hold this one up, again, just have a look and make sure that your hips are nice and square, really squeezing through the glutes, ground down with the heel, and we just uncross that leg and we take it to tabletop. This is my dodgy side, and one thing that you want to make sure is that both sides of the waist stay lengthened. So we want to make sure that we're not sort of hitching our hip up, so keep it pulled down. As you exhale, we lengthen the leg, and we inhale to draw it in. So we breathe out and we lengthen, and inhale back, 2 more, and exhale. And inhale, last one, and exhale. Keep it nice and straight, and we lift it up. Flex the foot as we push the heel down and lower, and lift, and again, lower, and lift, last one, lower, and lift, actually I lie, lower, and lift, keeping the legs straight. We tap our bottom down for 4, and up, and 3, and up, and 2. Oh, last one, and cross the legs, bridging all the way down. You think that we would be done? Not yet. I just want you to take the legs to tabletop, hands behind the thighs, and just roll all the way up to a seated position. And now you're just going to come and lie on your side and face me. Nice straight line. If you want a stability challenge, you actually can do this with the hand up. For the sake of looking good while I do this, I'm actually going to keep my hand down. What I want you to do is squeeze through the top glute, and actually just make sure that your hips are nice and stacked and that your belly's cinched in. That's one thing, I think, because I'm focusing on my butt with this exercise, I keep forgetting to tell you about midsection, so we just don't want to sink down, feel like that we're lifting up. So squeeze through the top glute and we just lift the leg and tap. We're just going to do 5 of these as a prep, and 3, and 4, and 5. And now a fun one. We squeeze both legs together, so we want to feel like that we have magnets just on the inside part of our ankles, and we lift both legs up and we tap, and we lift and we tap. If you want to get the exercise a little more challenging, just lessen your grip of the hands on the floor, and like I said, it can be done with the arms up. We want to feel like with this exercise that we are working through our top and bottom waist, again squeezing through the inner thighs, working through that top glute. Again, I'm not counting, I'm going to say this is 7 or 8, and 9, and 10. Hold it up on the 10th one, just take the legs forward, and then we're going to support our head. So we're nice and lifted. Float the top leg up and just flex the foot. So we want to push the heel away. Again, the hips are nice and stacked. One thing I like to do here is just bend my arm and place my elbow touching my top hip. That way, if I'm moving around, I'm actually going to feel it in my arm. So we're just going to lift and lower just for 5, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now from here you're going to sickle, so just keep the foot flexed but aim the toes down to the floor. I'm going to do 5 more, and 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the leg a little bit further forward for 5 more, and we do 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the leg back through center, just set it down. Again, just make sure that our position is nice before we go into this next exercise. So with lovely flexed foot, we're just going to swing that leg forward, point the foot, squeeze our bottom and take it back. So we flex, bring it forward, and we point, take it back. And 3, and 4, and 5. And then from here, big circles. So we flex forward, we take it up, 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 back and down. Woo. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Not done quite yet because we have to reverse. And 2, that was my hip. And 3. One thing I like to do, it's the competitive person in me, is I take the leg forward, I try to get my toes in line with my nose. You'll get a really good hamstring stretch that way, although this is the first time you've done it, I don't expect you to do that. That makes 5. We're just going to do a quick prep before we go on to our last exercise, which is just a tap and tap and tap and tap. So 5 of these and 4 and last one. Beautiful. Same movement of the leg. We're just going to bend them though. Come up onto our forearm, and with the top arm, I just want you to reach forward and just aim your chest over your forearm and tap the top leg back. So we lift and we tap and we lift and we reach and we lift and we tap and we lift and we reach. One thing this exercise does, it really works right through the top glute, down through the thigh, right through the waist as well. So anyone who hates that sort of muffin top area, this will definitely completely obliterate that. Again, we're going to do 10 of these, so this should make 7 and 8 and 9 and last one, 10. I just want you to come back and just reach forward, set that top foot down and just stretch. We want to try and drop our top shoulder, so for me this is my left. And I just want to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm just going to slide that hand just down a little bit more so it's really opening right up through the side of my body. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Sitting up for me, legs are stacked. If this isn't comfortable for you, just straighten that top leg out. Otherwise, legs are stacked, arms up, just side bend away. So we're just lengthening out through the other side of our waist. And now sitting up nice and tall. Alright, so I'm going to repeat that whole sequence on the other side. So like I said, the hand can be in front, so with the elbow in line with the hip, on the hip or up to the ceiling if you want to be a thrill seeker. But like I said, I'm going to have my hand down. So we're just going to start by squeezing through the top glute, and we just lift the leg up and down. I'm going to do this 5 times, and we're focusing on keeping our hips really still and our waist nice and cinched. So this is number 4 and number 5. And now I want everyone just to squeeze their inner thighs together, and again we're connecting through our little ankle bones here, and we inhale to lift and exhale to lower. I didn't actually say this on the other side, but just for next time, if you want to make this harder, rather than just relaxing the legs down, if you keep them up, it's going to just be a little bit more challenging through the obliques, the inner thighs and the glutes to stay lifted. So we're doing 10 of these, so this should be 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Holding them up, just bringing the legs forward, placing them down, and now we're going to support our head. Like I said, I like my elbow in contact with my hip bone. I'm just going to lift my leg up and flex my foot, so I pull the toes towards my body. I squeeze my top glute and I lift and lower, and lift and lower. So we inhale and exhale, and 4 and 5. Exactly the same thing, but we sickle, so our toes are down and we lift and we lower, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Take the leg probably about a foot or 2 further forward for 5 more, and this should be really burning right from the glute all the way down through the thigh. In the studio we call these ones burns because that is exactly what they do. Setting the foot back to the start position, just bringing the foot back to a nice flex position. We inhale as we swing that leg forward, and we exhale to take it back. And we inhale, take it a little further forward, and breathe out back. I like to imagine like I have a table underneath my leg as I'm doing this exercise, so you don't want to let it drop or lift. We just want to feel like that we're just sliding it as we go forward and back. Oh, I'm definitely feeling this. Now take the leg forward, 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 up, back and down. So we're doing 5 of these in each direction. I like to try and get my toes in line with my nose. Keep the hips as still as you possibly can. With this exercise, it's a little challenging in order to do that. And exactly the same thing, but back. So we exhale and inhale forward. Think toes in line with nose. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Beautiful. Our little prep exercise where we tap to the front edge of our mat and we lift and back. And lift and tap and lift and tap. And 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5 and 5. Setting the feet together, just bending them. We come up onto our forearm. We reach and we aim our chest just up and over our forearm, and the top leg taps back, and just crack right back. And we inhale, lift, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. Good. So we're going to do 10 sets of these, so this should be number 3. Feeling like that we're really working through the top glute, we're twisting and we're rotating through the waist. Halfway there. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. We're just going to bring that hand down, set the foot down, and really just twist and relax over that forearm and just let everything hang heavy and hold. Take a nice deep breath in for me. And as you exhale, I just want you to sink down into a little bit more. One more time, deep breath in. And breathing out. Coming all the way up, just bending the legs. We are just going to side bend up and over, so we're just lengthening in the opposite direction. And I'm just going to finish with a stretch to each side. So sitting nice and tall, we're just going to take the outside leg up and over the top, either squeezing the knee in or pressing down. And this definitely will make you feel like that you've done something. So just hold, hold, hold. Ideally, I'd like you to hold about 20 seconds each side. And when you're ready, you're just going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Good. Oh well, you've done really well, and I hope you've got a really sore ass tomorrow.